All right, so here's another piece. This is what we're going to consider our first piece of real furniture. It's a mid-century modern end table. We're using plans from Brad Rodriguez over at Fix This, Build That. This is a glue up. It's made out of 3.5-inch boards that we cut down from 7-inch boards. Still buying dimensioned lumber, so it's an S4S board. Not at the point yet where we're ready to try our hand at the planing and all of that to make our own lumber. So here we are. Here I am gluing it up. This glue up didn't work out real well. I didn't use anything to center it, so no dominoes, no biscuits, and I didn't think to, but for some reason I put all of the clamps on the bottom. I should have sandwiched them top and bottom. So I did have a little bit of mismatch right in the middle. But no big deal. We sanded it out. It just worked out to the point where the piece wasn't made out of 3/4 anymore. But that's okay. This is a new tool for scraping. I'm pretty happy with that thing. It made it a lot easier. Another new tool here. This is the drum sander. The drum sander is fantastic. We love that thing. It saves a lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot of elbows. We did make some deviations to the way that Brad designed his. We like the recut front on West Elm furniture, so we incorporated that into the front of it. Instead of being a flat front on the piece, it's beveled. We did not accommodate for the additional length that's required to do that, so instead of using a 14-inch slide, which fit it perfectly, we ended up having to use a 12-inch slide, which makes the drawer a little bit too short, but it doesn't matter. It's an end table. You don't really use that drawer very much anyway. Using the domino here to do the glue up, it came out really good. This Bessey strap clamp thing may be the single most fiddly tool ever invented by man. But once you get it connected, it works really well. Especially since there was a little bit of a bow right in the center, so we were able to pull the bow out of it all the way around. Here I'm using a corner clamp just to make sure that it's at a 90, but it was perfectly 90. Here we're making up the back. That was another change. The way we were planning on using this piece of furniture, you'll be able to see the back of it. It's not up against a wall, so I used a piece of walnut instead of the plywood that the plans called for. This was the first time doing beveled cuts like that. It was fun. And the domino, I mean, you just can't say enough about the domino. It just takes all the complexity out of joinery. cut the same little 10-degree pieces that Brad did on his. That worked out really well. This is a new tool. First time using a bench plane. We use that just to round off the edges instead of a router. It makes for a very interesting detail, and was surprisingly easy to do. We'll see if I can figure out how to keep the thing sharp. We thought what we'd do is once we scrape the glue off is we'd run it through the drum sander, but the joints came out so good that it just needed a little bit of 120 grit sanding, and it was perfect. So we skipped that step. These are the cross pieces. They were cut at an angle so that it would match the splay of the legs. And then everything was sanded to 400 grit. I did miss some of the final footage here. I don't know what happened to it, but there was a lot of sanding, and we used aqua coat on it, so it came out very shiny, very good. And ultimately, the whole thing was sanded to 2,000 grit, and all we did was polyurethane it. But here you'll see in a second the sheen that we got on it before even applying a finish, and then the finish was applied after that. There, that's the final finish before applying an actual finish to it. The two pieces, and unfortunately that was the last shot that I was able to find, but it was fun. Took about 3 weekends, so pretty happy with that. Thanks for watching.